Hello, welcome to a nighttime video. Earlier today, on my way over here to Holiday, God, it's been so hot and I'm burning up. I tried recording on the way over here, but my battery is getting so shot in my camera, it's fighting with me. So I left it plugged in the whole time, and it seems to be working out for the moment anyway. I'm gonna try to squeeze as many more videos as I can out of this. Holy hotness, Batman. So, since I've been out of propane, I haven't ran my fridge, so I gotta throw out some food. Too poop to go through the fridge right now. I spent the day digging out. I got a freezer fridge cooler like thing that'll go on 120 or 12 volt. And I had that full of water, bottled water, that I filled up a while ago. It hasn't been running. It's been in the back. I had it on the floor of my little shower thing back there. But since I've been out of propane, I dug that out because I started doing the math on my solar panels and all that stuff. I want to make sure that I can run that without killing my batteries, because, you know, I guess I'm a little overcautious. I knew when I put the system together I should be able to run that and other stuff, but, you know, to make it through the winter I didn't want to use any extra power, because I want to make sure I had enough power to have my diesel heater fire up, keep me warm. And anyway, vice versa, here I am in the summer, and then I don't want to burn too much power for not be able to run other things and charge fans and all that stuff, but it's been fine. That, and since it's not propane, enough to be able to cook with electrical stuff, because I got like a rice cooker that takes like 45 watts or something. I got another one that's like 300 watts, but that'll be more for like maybe heating something up fast to get it to temperature. It's like when I do dry lentils, the rice cooker does not get hot enough. It'll stay stiff forever. So the little 300 watt one, if I soak the lentils, I could heat them up in that to soften them quick, and then put them over into the rice cooker. You know, because once it's down to the rice cooker, that draws hardly nothing. But anyway, I dug out we had 93 degree weather today. Felt like 97, I think it was. And I haven't fixed my Max Air fan yet, so the hot heat gets cooked in here and stays stagnant. We didn't have no breeze today either. It was like a 0 to 1 mile an hour wind once in a while. So I couldn't get airflow going through, so it just kind of stays in here. So I was working, and anyway, and I got that. It was a fairly big job for how hot it is, and me being older and stuff. I hate to admit that. And I got that sucker lifted out of there full of bottled water and carried it through the skinny aisle and flipped it around. I got it set in the bench seat here and got that hooked up and running. I'm hoping to freeze my bottled water in there. And then I'm going to try seeing if I can get away with a rotation with that, running it up the 12 volt one. And then I'm hoping to put the frozen bottled water into the freezer and the fridge as I freeze more water with the 12 volt deal. And if it'll do it quick enough, I can maybe get a cycle going to where the frozen bottles in the fridge and freezer will kind of keep that as like a vertical ice box. Now whatever freezes in the freezer chest here, once that's frozen, I won't take all that out and put it in there. I'll only take half of it out and put it in the freezer, and then fill half with new bottles of water to freeze again, because if I pull it all out, it'll work too hard to freeze it again. I think I'm better off only taking half out at a time, so it'll freeze it up quicker. My plan anyway. And it's so freaking hot, and I gotta get that Max Air fan fixed, because if I get the Max Air fan fixed, that at least turns the air. A good example is we had 93 or whatever it was today. It felt like 97. When the temperature dropped down, it got up to like 96 or 97 in here, and That was with the windows open and everything. But like I said, there was no wind. If I had the windows shut, it would have been 100 and something in here. But so after the temperature, when the sun went down, temperature went down. By the time it was 72 degrees outside, I don't even know what it is now. 71 right now. But when it got down to 72, it was still 84 degrees in here. I don't know what it is now, but it's still warm in here. That's because that max air fan ain't working, so I can't turn the air, and there's no breeze. You know, it's 0 mile an hour winds. Like all the flags are just hanging. You know, there's no movement. So if I had the max air fan going, it'd be different. Then it would have been already. It would have been 10, 12 degrees cooler in here. But right now, yeah, it's like 71 outside. And it's still like 84 in here. Well, I got the air going up here now, so that'll help a little bit. I'm getting ready to pull next door and get out of this lot. And so now that spring's been here, and or spring, summer, whatever you're gonna call it, I'm starting to get nervous again because we've got a lot more nomads, you know, people staying in their cars and stuff, and it's really filling up the lots. And I'm afraid they're gonna start shooing people out of here because not everybody tries to stay low key, or they don't have the skill of staying low key or something. We got people that are. Here's a good example. I'll drive by this here fifth wheel. Okay, hold on here. So he unhooked his fifth wheel, put it up on pegs. Been different if he was just going to get a thing or something, but that was early this morning. And I don't know. So all these vehicles that are in here, people are, you know, setting up leveling jacks and stuff, and then like these people here in the corner, this group here, yesterday they had all their lawn chairs out and were sitting under the trees under there, and that is not staying low key. And I don't blame them, you know. I mean, heck, you're trapped in your car and you just want to get out of it, so I get it, I understand it. But a rule of thumb that I've learned from watching all the videos I've watched is you know, you go wherever you're going to sleep at night. You're not there in the day or that. And I've tried to stick to that until I don't have income and don't have gas. So I've tried to do my best to keep moving. But now that there's more people doing that, and I never bring out lawn chairs and all that other stuff, you know. But the more people do that, the more it creates a problem, you know. Like I said, I don't blame them. You know, being trapped up in a vehicle, you're just dying to get out. But and they probably don't have money for gas either, you know. But you got to try to not cause a scene or something. I don't know. So it makes my nerves bad a little bit. I feel for them, but I don't want to get shooed away either, you know. I don't know. Other than I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just listening to God and doing what I feel He's telling me to do. So, I'm hoping I can get a couple hours sleep here, get up before the sun starts coming up. I am tired because I spent the day working on that. We're getting that freezer thing set up. I want to get that. I gotta get that Max Air fan going. One way or another, I either gotta redo make parts for the circuit board myself. Yeah. Well, I mean, it'd be nice if I just pulled it apart and it was something simple, but everything I've researched, it sounds like it's the circuit board on when it goes. And it will be nice to get that going again now, because I'll either, when I pull the circuit board, I'll try cleaning up the circuit board if it looks like there's cross corrosion on it from condensation. Try cleaning that up if it looks like that or whatever. Just plugging it back in quick, see if that gets it working. Unless I can see obvious damage, like there's a, well, it's kind of like a resistor capacitor deal, more like a resistor, I'd say, but it's a thermal switch, and if the voltage gets too high going through that board, that thermal switch, which is like a little fuse kind of, it will burn out on the inside, which breaks the contact. If it's the thermal switch, I can't remember now if the thermal switch is 5 amp or something like that, I'm not sure. But if that's what it is, I can probably make a jumper for it, or I can dig through my quarters. I'm pretty sure it was a 5 amp, and I'm not sure, but I think they have in Walmart they might have a 5 amp resettable fuse in the automotive area, and if they do, rather than like a regular blade fuse that when it burns out you gotta pull it out and replace it, if they got a 5 amp resettable, then what I'll do is I'll solder new connections on it, solder that to the board. I'll solder a couple of wires. I think I'll probably use 16 gauge wire maybe or something. That's what I got to work with anyway, and solder off of that to run a little extra wire length, and then connect that to the 5 amp resettable fuse. And then I'll just have that on where the controls are for the fan. So then what will happen is if that kicked, that little button will just pop out, and then I just got to push that button in to reset it, rather than having to take it apart all the time. Or if I soldered in a new thermal switch, well, if that one burns, then I got to take it all apart again. So if I make it a resettable one, then I can just, anytime it pops, I can reset it, And of course, when they make them, it's cheaper to do that little thermal switch because that's only a couple cents for that thing, whereas it's a couple dollars or so for the resettable switch. So if they put a resettable on all of them, it'd drive the production and cost and everything up on that fan more. So. But anyway, so that's what I'm thinking about the fan. I got ideas for so far I got ideas for all the different possible scenarios that it could be that burnt out on that fan, because it should not have burnt out. It's got a lot of life left in it. It should last for another 4 years, at least 3-4 years at least. So, and worst case scenario, if for some reason I can't fix the circuit board, then I should be able to I'd run a line direct to the fan motor off a toggle switch to my 12 volt system. Then I won't have variable speed. I won't be able to do 10 to 100%. It'll just be 100%, and then I can set that up so I can switch the polarities on it, so it'll still be reversible, but it'll just be full throttle every time, So that's the worst case scenario. I should be able to do that, unless that fan motor is burnt out. But like I said, according to everything I read about the fan, that fan should have at least 4 more years of life in it, or more, if not 10 or something. I don't know. According to everything I've read, the fan is not the problem. It still spins freely and everything. So I'm sure the circuit board or something like that. But it's been so hot looking up at the ceiling that I haven't made it up there yet. Let's move everything around. And I'm just blabbing on and on and on. And we're at 15 minutes. So, where am I at here? Turn this on. Oh, I'm burning gas. That's so scary. Oh, I want to keep this cold air going. I really do. But I can't do that. So, thank you for watching. Hey, I'm shit. I had forgot that I had aimed it in the front, so I was talking to you the whole time with it aiming off into the distance. But thanks for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.